Hey guys, and welcome back to the QbDork channel. Today we're going to be looking at something that I've been requested multiple times across Discord and on my YouTube videos. Now, you really seem to go crazy for the Ox inventory in QBCore, but a lot of you seem to be struggling with adding custom weapons or just adding weapons to Ox inventory. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to do it with a paid script and a free script, and we're going to get right in about it. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to head to the website linked in the description. And that is this website here, MSFW Development. Now they've got a whole host of weapons that we can add. There's a Glock 22, an Uzi, Mac 10, Karambit, Rift Edge, a sword, flashbang, beanbag, M67, M4, you name it, it's there. So we're going to go down to here and we're going to go to code and we're going to download that zip. While that's downloading, let's open up our server files just over here. And we're going to go to our server folder and we're going to go to the root, which is in resources. And right here, we're going to right click and we're going to create a new folder. And we're going to call that weapons. Okay, so we're going to open that folder and then we're going to go to our downloads and we're going to open that up into our extractor. We're going to open that file again. We're going to bring this one over and then we're just going to make sure that we remove the main from the name. Come on. That's it. There's a few weapons here that it needs to do. So we're removing the name. There we go. So now what we do is we just click and drag that into that folder that we've just created. And then we can close off our WinRAR application. Now, there are some additional steps we need to do. So if we open up our folder, our server within Visual Studio, so as you can see, I've got everything happened. So we want to go to Ox inventory and then data and then weapons lure. We want to scroll right to where you see just before the attachments. So there we go. Right here. So underneath tear gas, I'm going to hit enter twice. We're going to head back to this document. If you're using QB inventory, add this section here. If we're using Ox inventory, we're going to use this one. So as you can see, Ox inventory, add this in, data's weapon lure. That's exactly where we're going to add it. So we're just going to paste that in right there. And we're just going to tidy this up a little bit. So everything looks neat and tight. So everything is correct there. Perfect. Now let's continue scrolling down. And we don't need to worry about a shared weapons lure. We just need to add it into here. Because there is no weapons lure. So in QB small resources, we need to add the weapon drawer. So let's go back to here. No, wrong one. We go back to our server. And if we go to QB, then we're going to go down to small resources, client. And we are looking for the weapon drawer. That's weapon drop. What am I looking for? Weapon drawer. I don't see a weapon drawer lure anymore. Perhaps they removed it. Hard components. Sorry, my microphone's in the way as well. Let me check the server. And then the config. Okay, looks like they've removed that. That's fine. We can skip that. And then we need to add this into, we don't need to add this into the QB weapons config because there is no QB weapons config. And then we need to look for the recall. And there is no recall, so we can skip that part as well. Go back to the README. So if you use QB Jewelry, you can add these here. These ones in. But I don't use it, so I won't be adding that. I do use QB Ambulance Job. So let's pull that and let's bring that into our ambulance job. And it's just in the config lure. And I'll show you that now. So we go back to our server. We go to here and then we want QB Ambulance Job right there. And then it's the config file. So if we scroll down, we should start seeing some weapon. There we go. Config weapons. So I always go right to the bottom. Just right here to the last one. Double enter. There we go. So that's now added that into our weapons into there as well. And then let's go back to the README. We don't have a back item script. We can add this into PS Dispatch. Let's show you that as well if you're using it. So we want to put this in clients, CL events in PS Dispatch. So let's grab that. Let's go to our add-ons folder because that's where mine's located. Dispatch. And client. Oh, 1 second. And it was in dispatch client CL events lure. Event handlers. No, don't look like it's in there. It's probably moved. This script hasn't been updated for about a year, but the process is still the same. I will link this down below. Feel free to go ahead. I'm going to leave that out, just like I've left out a lot of this stuff in there. And then we can leave that out as well because we're not using QB inventory. Okay. So that's how we install that. The last thing to do would be to go into here, go into the images, copy all of those, go back to Ox inventory, go to Ox inventory, and then go to web, and then images, and then paste them into there. Some of them may already be there, but we're just going to add them we're going to overwrite them. Okay. That should theoretically be it. We go back to our console and go to our CFG area, and then underneath our clothes, we're going to ensure the folder we created. And then we're just going to save that and restart the server. So I will come back once the server's restarted and I'm into the game. I will come back. Once we've checked that these weapons work, what we'll do is we'll go and check out a paid for version of the scripts. So you've got both a free version and a paid for version on how to install them. The premise is exactly the same, just I would like to show you both. Right, so we're back in the server now. Let's actually try and spawn in one of these weapons. If we go back to our weapons lure, and we go back to our Visual Studio, and we go to our weapons. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And we can go to that one. Let's grab a Glock 22. I think that's a good weapon to check. So if we do T/give item 100 Glock 22, 1. Okay, the picture's not come through, but you can see I've pulled it out and I have the Glock in my hand. And it's as simple as that to install a custom weapon. Let's do another one. Let's go with a karambit. We can just get rid of that and then go 1. That one's got the image and we can use that. And we can use that to slice up our heads in the city. So there you go. These weapons are still working as of right now. I can't promise that all of them are still working. Let's just try one more. Let's try an MP5 because I quite like this gun. Oh, that one's got the image as well. That's fine. That's because I had it. Actually, I've got the karambit in my hand. Let's go back to here. Okay, so the MP5 is not usable. I knew there would be some that wouldn't be. Let's try the Uzi. There you go. So the Uzi's working as well. Reload it. And as you can see, it's working perfectly. I do love an Uzi. Right. Okay, so we've got 3 custom weapons. Let's see how we install paid for custom weapons. Now, the process is exactly the same, but let's show you anyway. So let's go to our granted assets because that's where your paid for weapons are going to be. So we're going to sign in and we're going to go to date received. And then we've got 2 here. So we've got CoreLogic custom katana weapons and CoreLogic custom katana. So let's download both of these. And we're going to want to open this one. So there is our actual katanas. And we're going to copy those into our weapons folder, just like the other one. So we go back to our resources and then our weapons folder. And we're just going to copy that into there. TL katana, right there. But that's now in there, and that will start with the weapons file. Let's grab the other script, which is the actual weapon pack. Open that one up. Make sure that that's the right name. Just drag that down into that folder as well. When it wants to load up. There we go. Bring that up. No, don't want to make that huge. Bring this one down, and we're just going to copy that over. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to open up the folder. We're going to go to the README file. And then this is for Ox inventory. And we just need to copy these to our Ox inventory weapons lure. Right at the bottom. So directly underneath these ones. Or actually, we're going to put them before these because double enter. And then there you go. So that is now perfect. They are loaded in above our custom weapons that we've just added. That's that part done. Let's go back to the README. If you're using QBCore, you need to add them to the shared items lure and also in the weapons lure. We don't have anything else, But what we do have is in weapon drops, we can add pick up katana. So let's go to our small resources again. Go to our client, and we've got one here that says weapon drop. If we go to the bottom, we need to add a comma. That's a full stop. Come on, dog. There's our comma. And let's add in pick up katana. Now, I have autosave enabled, but you want to be saving after everything that you do. After that, we are good to go to restart the server. So if I now go back to our images, let's just copy these and put them into our box inventory folder, into resources. And then we're going to go back to the Ox folder. And then we're going to go to Ox inventory, web, images, and paste them in. If you find that items are not showing their images, what you will probably find is the name is different to the name of the picture. So the name of the item, so if it's in capitals, the picture has to be in capitals as well. So let's restart the server. And I will be back once I'm in and I can get the katana. Right, so we're back in the server now. And what we're going to do is we're going to spawn in one of the katanas that I've just put into the server. So if we go back to our weapons lure, we can see what ones we've got. I'm going to go for the grey ones because these give off a smoke effect. And I want to see that in action. So what we're going to do is we're going to T/ give item 1. And as soon as I get it, it appears on my back. And if I put that up into our 4 slot and I use that, it's going to allow me to take the weapon out and use it. Adding a weapon is as easy as that, guys. Inox inventory. This is a really cool katana script, by the way. I will leave a link to this down below. There's 4 different katanas, and they all have different effects. So the yellow katana does a flame, the red katana bleeds, and the blue katana actually gives off an electric shock. You're going to see something really cool as soon as I add in the second katana now. They go down the side there like that. But there is multiple ways of actually having them. There you go, look, so that katana's smoking. There is a way, if I go to the config, there is actually a allow. There we go, it's changed style. So we want to go back to here and we just want to do T/ change style. 1, no. 2. Oh, look, it's changed it. 3. 4. There we go. They're both on my back. And as soon as I drop a katana, I'll go down to 1 katana on my back. And as soon as I pick it back up, it'll go back to 2 on my back, like just like so. Also, they are fully synced to cars. So if I get in a car, they don't show in the cars themselves. But if I get out of the car, straight back onto my back. Get into the car, they disappear. I get out of the car, and they reappear. Really cool script. I am fascinated by katanas in FiveM. I just think they're really cool. And we can do some damage to people's cars and stuff like that. But yeah, so that I hope this video really helped you out. I hope that you can use this in your own server, and also it helps you add in custom weapons to Ox inventory. I am still running the giveaway in my Discord. Once we get to 100 members, I am doing a mega giveaway. I think the script tally is now up to 6. I think the biggest amount for a script that we've got given away so far is $99. So make sure you come and get involved with that giveaway. One person is going to walk away with everything, and I can't wait to be able to send that package of scripts to somebody within the Discord. Link is below. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like this video if it has helped you out. But I will catch you in the next one.